Let's look at all the ways that Amber's statement is false. Feel me once here, driving instructor of the world. First, let me address the gag order situation. I know some of you are very frustrated that Johnny didn't get a gag order out of the settlement, but he wouldn't have gotten one from the appeals anyway. The verdict stands. The jury's decision stands. She defamed him with malice. That was the only thing the appeals court could have upheld, and it would have upheld it. Instead, Johnny would have spent more than $1 million with his attorneys in the appeals, etc. If he held out for $10 million, he would have never gotten it. She would have never paid him. And she had no assets in the U.S. that he could have come after. So this was a win for him, a huge win. All right, look at her statement. She never chose this. Well, you don't choose to be a defendant when you defame someone, but those are the consequences. I defended my truth. When people say my truth, you have to be aware that they're possibly lying, or at least they don't have the same truth that everyone else does. The vilification you have faced on. She says I so many times on this, it could be a drinking game. You finally have the opportunity to emancipate. You could have done it at any time. And we don't know if there are restrictions or gags with respect to her voice. We do know that she can be sued again for defaming. We won't know the conditions of this settlement because it won't be released. It'll be private. She lost faith in the American legal system. Well, that's just sour grapes. Her unprotected testimony. What does that mean? Amber always writes something with multiple meanings, but this has no meaning. There's no such thing as a protected or unprotected testimony, but she does refer to this 3 more times in here, including, look at that next paragraph. In the UK, she was protected from having to give the worst moments of my testimony. Worst moments of my testimony is an ambiguous statement. It could mean she was lying, it could mean she held some things back, it could mean it was worst moments because she wasn't allowed to keep lying. It was worse for her. Popularity and power did not matter more than reason and due process. That's a lie. It's also a lie to say the best outcome would be a retrial. That's not true. An appeals court could reverse the decision, but you know they wouldn't. Notice she never mentions her child. Again, this word protect. She can't risk an impossible bill. Yeah, because the appeals court could have increased the amount she owed. Women shouldn't have to face abuse, either should men. She never spoke the truth. Finally, she thanks her team and supporters, but then goes right back to herself. Amber lost